This meeting is being recorded.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Life Coach Office Open Call for May 2019. My name is Kim Horvath, and I'm responsible for all things customer support related with Life Coach Office. And as usual, I'm very excited that you're here with me today. Today we have a few things to discuss. I had several items that were like the most talked about items for the month of May. And so I'm very interested in making sure that I'm able to accommodate all of your questions. So just so that you know for the future, if you are not, please join our Life Coach Office Open Users Community on Facebook. In that community, I do always post when we're going to have our meetings. I ask you what questions you want me to answer live on screen. So if you are not able to attend, I can still answer your question live on the call, as well as answering it even before the call arrives, right? And then we always post out the video and let you know once the video has been recorded so that you can listen to it in your own time. We recognize that, we have users all around the world, and not everyone is able to meet with us on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we definitely record the calls. We keep them in our YouTube page, but we post them online on our Facebook page and on our users community. So that's a place where you can always get them. The other place where you can get them is always in our newsletter. Every month when we send our newsletter out, we always have a copy of that month's open call so that you can easily click into the newsletter and just click on the little link and it will take you right there. All right. So today I want to talk a little bit about onboarding. I had a lot of questions around onboarding clients, specifically around how to get people into the system and how to send them invoices and that sort of thing. I want to clarify a few things because I think sometimes when you're learning a new system, you kind of have to learn the language of the system a little bit. And so I'm here to help you with that. So let's get started there. All right, so you have a client, you have an email, you want to add them to your system. The first thing to do, really, I think, is to make sure that you have a group product or service created that matches what it is that they're doing. Now, you need to have this specifically for those clients that you're working with that you have not billed yet. We're going to go from that perspective, okay? Let's start from there. So you first need to create a product or service. So maybe your product is simply some regular basic coaching. Now, I have a lot of products already created, but I'm just going to show you how to go into the system. What I did was I clicked in the gears area. That's your system settings there. And then you're going to go into client billing. In the client billing area, there's a section where you create any product or service that you want to be able to attach your client to. So as you can see here, products and services, and these are all of the things that I have in this particular Life Coach Office account. And where is so here's a 3-month coaching package for $649. Here's private coaching at $125. Then sometimes I just put the amount, $200. There's another one here. 350, because sometimes there's a certain amount of money I might be using over and over and over again. And whatever you put in this wording, that's going to appear on the invoice. So I could have 3 different programs at the same price. I don't necessarily want to create a new product every time I want to use that. I'll just put the 350 and create my invoice that way. But you can always definitely just put the price and the name. Now, I know you guys are looking here. You say Pathfinder's program at $0. Help me understand. Well, that's because sometimes, you want to create something for people who are, especially if you're new to the system and people have already paid you and you're loading your new program in here, they still need to be attached to that program. So you might want to create it this way and then attach them to that. All right. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to work with the $200 basic coaching price tag. That's what we're going to attach people to. Okay. All right. Now, once you create your product or service, now you want to create a link. All right. Just follow me along here. So you go to the group area and we're going to create a link. So here's what I want you to understand. In most people's minds, when you think of group, especially group coaching, you're thinking about a group of people who are coming together maybe weekly to have a coaching session at the same time every day together with one coach. But we look at it a different way. That is definitely one way you can look at it, but we can also look at it and say, you know what, a group could also be just a group of people who are coaching with me individually, but they happen to be a part of all of individual coaching. So I need to create a group in the system for them to belong to. The reason why I'm doing that is because I need to create a link so that they can register. Okay, so here we're just going to create it. Okay, and I'm just going to call it new clients in May. I'm just going to call it that. You name it whatever you want to. It could be, private coaching clients. It could be elite coaching, whatever name you want to give this particular group. I do want them to be able to enable to register online. Okay. Doesn't mean that they will have to, but you're creating a link so that they can do this without you being there. And we're going to click the price of $200 there. It is not, I'm not using automatic invoicing, so I'm not going to go through any of that. If you're interested in automatic invoicing, there is definitely a video for that. You can check that out. And once a person joins this group, I want to give them access to the system for a year. Okay? I'm going to assign to them automatically the welcome. And then there's a few things that are already in the library resources that are assigned already. And we're going to save it. Okay. Now, we have this new registration link. And where is it? Here it is. New clients in May. Now, it says here, get links. And when I click on that, this is the link for online registration. Okay. You will use this link in all of your marketing. You will use it on your web page if you have a web page and you're creating a button for people to be able to click and automatically register with you for coaching. If you're sending out an email, you can send it to them that way. You've had a conversation with someone, hey, I'm going to send you an email and let you register online yourself. This is the link that you're going to send them. Once they click on that link, what will happen is that they will be added online on their own without you. They'll sign in, they'll pay you, and then they'll have immediate access to the system. It's just that simple. You just simply have to go and create a product or service, and then using that product or service creates your registration link. So let me go back here again. I'm going to show you this. Going to the group area after you've created your product or service. And when you click on new group, when you go here, choose the product or service, you will see the product or service that you created right here. Okay? This area here is for courses or things in the library that you have. If you don't have anything created yet, you will not see anything there. It's important for you to know that. It's one of the reasons why I suggest people should always create a welcome video, and put it in as a course. And so that can be assigned to every client. So they actually have a video from you, short, 2 to 3 minutes, welcoming them to coaching with you. Okay? All right. Blah, 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 blah. Creating links. Okay. Now, if you, hold on, let's go home for a moment. Okay. So let's say you are adding the client yourself. Then what happens, right? So you're going to add your new client here. And as you can see, all of the groups are right here. See the group that we just created, new clients in May? So I can just take that client's email address, their first name, their last name, connect them to the group, and then click submit. What will happen is that they're going to receive an email asking them to continue registration. And yes, it will take them through the process of also paying the $200 that's attached to that particular group. And then once they do that, immediately they will have access to anything you've given them access to in the system. Very, very simple. Okay. If you have questions, please feel free to type into the chat. And if you're watching the playback of this and you continue to have questions, please feel free to go to the Life Coach Office community or on Facebook, or you can just go down to the bottom here, click LCO support, and send that question right in through a support ticket. All right, the next question, I had several questions about this. It was all about where do you house videos that you want your clients to be able to see. So with that, I would have another question first. The question is, what are these videos? Are these videos part of a course? Are these just random videos that you want them to watch? Is it for a whole group of clients, or is it just for one client in particular? Okay, let's just start, and let's say that you have a video that you want to send to one client specifically. All right, so we're going to go into our client area, and I'm going to pull up my client Maria, because let's just say I wanted to send Maria a video. Okay, when you go to Maria Jones, you see here an important documents area. Every client has all of these things, and important documents is one of them. When you add something to the important documents area, only you and that particular client can see the items there. This is where you will put important documents, things that are only for their eyes only. So it's perfectly safe to put their coaching agreement there. If they filled out a values form or some other form, some other assessment, this is the place to put it. But what's cool about this area is that you can put all kinds of things here. So this is an MP4, which is a video. All right. You can put audio there. You can put Word documents. You can put PDFs. So this takes all different formats. Now, I will tell you that when it comes to video, you're going to be limited on the size of the video. It needs to be a really short video if you're going to put it there. If you're looking to attach a long video, that's not the best place for it. Okay, but it is very simple. I'm going to show you quickly how to do it. I'm not going to go all the way through it, but you'll get the picture. You're already in Maria Jones's file, so you're just going to click upload. Okay, and you're going to click add file, and then it's going to pull up, you know, your computer system. You're going to find the document that you want to upload. You're going to click that, and you're going to add it. Very simple, and it will add itself and appear in the list. The other thing that you can do is create folders and actually organize these things if you wanted to. So you can create a folder for assessments, a folder for videos, a folder for PDFs. You can do whatever you want to do with it, quite frankly. All right, this is also a place where your clients can upload private things to you. Now, whenever you upload something to your client, you will see a little box comes up that says, do you want to notify your client? And you would say yes, because this way your client will receive an email and they will know that their coach, you, have uploaded something to their important documents area, and they'll be able to go there and get it. Same thing will happen when your client uploads something for you. They should click yes, we want to notify the coach, and then you'll get an email knowing that there's something in the important documents area that your client has uploaded. All right, now our next question. Oh, I want to finish this one. It is all about the videos and the docs audios. Okay, so that is how you send something specifically to one client. But let's just say that you have a video or two that you want all clients to see. Let's say there's, you know, a few words that you want to say to every client that signs up with coaching for you. Or maybe you want to do something specifically when you are exiting the coaching relationship with your client. Maybe there's, it's actually like a little mini course, maybe just 3 videos that you want to put together. You would do this stuff in the classroom. So let's click there. Okay. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I always say, please create a welcome classroom. And we're going to go in here because this is exactly what I'm talking about. You may only have 1, 2, maybe just a couple of videos that you want a person to see. You create a classroom for it very quickly because there's a serious video about how to create courses. So you're going to just click on the new course. Your video needs to be something that's going to would have been converted, all right, already, just so that you know that. But to convert it to like YouTube or Vimeo, we do YouTube and Vimeo here. But to create the course, just to get the shell of it, I'm just going to say, because I'm going to get rid of this, so welcome test. Okay. You'll put the description of it if there is a such thing for that. If it's just the welcome, you may not need to do that. Right now, we're going to keep this as only coach can view. The reason why, the moment that you attach any of your groups to this, they as soon as you create this, they have the ability to go in and see what's there, and you haven't even put anything in there yet. So this is helpful because you don't have to create a course and be done with it all the same day. You can work with it over a period of time, adding things to it, building your content slowly, and then when you're ready to attach a group to it, then you can. Any lesson that you have already created is already going to be made available to you. That's one of the great features I love about our classroom area. When you create a course, when you create a lesson, it becomes available over and over and over again. You do not have to recreate it every time you want to use it. So we're just going to say I want all clients to have lesson 1 of Pathfinders and lesson 1 of the new you. Okay, and if I had an image that I wanted to use, I could go and click it, add that, and that will come from your computer system already done. Did I create the name? I did, and I'm just going to click submit. Okay, once you do that, the shell has now been created down here at the bottom. I'm going to move it up. It's that simple to move up. I'm just right clicking on my mouse. All right, I think this is almost there. I just want to move it to the top so it's easy. I don't have to keep scrolling down. Okay. All right, so there we go. So that is what we just created. Now, if you have a video or something like that that you want to upload into this area, maybe it's not one of the lessons that was already in there, that's fine. So we're just going to go into this area, and then we're going to just click. These are the 2 things that I added. Remember, lesson 1 of Pathfinders, lesson 1 of the new you. But we want to add that video that you already have created but not yet uploaded into LCO. You're just going to click new lesson. That simple. And then you're going to give that a title. You're going to put the link to your YouTube or your video. Vimeo. And then you're going to tell it where to go. Again, we have an entire lesson on how to create courses, modules, lessons, each one separately, individually. I'm just doing this quickly so that you know what you need to go and do. You can add some tasks to it, and you can attach files. What do I mean by that? Well, check this out. You have a video, and you have a document that goes along with it. Maybe it's a checklist of some type or another assessment, anything like that. You can attach that here. You can attach a PDF, a document, audio, anything there. If I were creating this, actually, I would go ahead and click submit, but I'm not. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the course that I already have created. All right, so I'm going back to the classroom here, and we're going to go to my original welcome. Click it up so that you can see it. All right, here is the welcome from your coach. Now, this is my the welcome classroom. There's a welcome from the coach. There's a couple other motivational videos, a little video about how coaching works, okay? Another one about managing thoughts. And as you can see, there's an attachment PDF to some of these, right? This is a test lesson that's just an audio. But let's go into the welcome from your coach. The welcome from your coach has a couple of documents that you want them to download and a task list to make sure that they stay on point when they come into the classroom. When you click that, the video will come up, all right? And there's your lesson task, there's your lesson file. Very, very simple. We like simple here, right? Okay, now, when you create something in the classroom, the thing about it that's great is that it is available to anyone that you give access to that classroom. So remember, we have the ability, let's go in here to edit, to give access to anyone. It could be coach only. It could be all clients. It could be just maybe a few people, few groups. That's it. It's up to you, okay, who you're going to give that access to. Awesome. The other thing that's cool when you watch the other videos that tells you how to create courses is that if you have a course that has, a few modules, maybe, it's kind of like, part one, part two, part three, you can use part one, maybe part one is an intro. You can use that part to market your program and offer that particular module only for free and the rest of it being paid content. So there's, when you watch the video on creating your courses, the information in there, there's information in there for that. All right, there's one other place that you can add video and documents and that sort of thing, and that is the library. Now, I feel like our library is probably one of the more underutilized areas of our system. Now, I think it's important to use the library because remember, our system was created so that you as a coach could work from anywhere in the world. You just need to have all of your documents and tools with you. That's where you can house things, in the library. So in the library, as you can see, I have these folders. A couple of these are just for me, my coaching documents, the assessments I want to send to people, things that I've written that I just want to be able to send to other folks. I'm the only one that has access to that, and I use it as I decide to use it. But you can do the same thing with groups. You can have like this one, the Pathfinder program specifically is for people who are taking Pathfinders. No one else has access to that except people in the Pathfinders program. All right. You can also make it available to everyone. I like to use the library kind of as a resource center because someone might be doing some coaching with me on one subject, not knowing that I actually do coach on another. And that could be simply because they were referred to me by someone for a particular thing, and they have no idea that I have an expertise in another area. Okay. Now, when you're uploading things to the library, it is very easy. You hover over here on the library and you do a right click. You can create a folder and you can upload. If you don't create a folder and you simply choose to upload, it's going to appear like this. And what can you upload? Pretty much anything. This is a video. You can have audio, you can have pictures, Microsoft Word, PDFs, all of it can be uploaded into your library. Isn't that cool? You can put them in folders to arrange them. I mean, it's endless, and it's a great place to store some things. Here's what I love most about the library. Anything that you have in the library, you can upload in your meeting request form. Now, what does that mean? Okay, so let's go over to the calendar. So when you're setting a meeting up with your client, here's the cool thing. Here it says attach files and add more. So this is all, where you're adding your new meeting and all of that, where you get your journal template and all that. Here's where it says attach files. I know many of you thought, oh, I'll be able to upload, but remember, it doesn't say that. It says attach files. When you click add more, everything that's in your library is what comes up. So if you have something in your library, you want to email that to a group, all you got to do is click more and you can send it there. Right? Let's see. Let's just send week 1 of the values assessment. See, attach successfully. And there it is. It's already there. Okay. If I were to fill this out and send this out, that document would go along with it. Perfect. So that is all about how to attach different things and where to put them. The choice is yours on where you want to put any of your documents. Choose the place that's going to work best for you. Last but certainly not least, I want to remind you all that there's some great information in the system in the Start Here area, right here. A lot of the questions I get are really about starting up. How do I find this? Where do I go for that? And if you click the Start Here area, there's a load of information that can be very helpful. All right. One thing is your coach. Here are all these blue areas here. These blue lines are all links. Your coach knowledge base, will take you to the website where all kinds of information exists for you to get help. The Getting Started checklist and the Quick Start Guide, two great things for you. Let me click on the Getting Started checklist and you'll see what I mean. When you pull it up, you are literally going to get a checklist on your screen that walks you through the things that we consider to be the essentials of getting started with Life Coach Office. So we want to make sure that you go into your personal settings, the system settings. We tell you about training. We tell you about your client list. We give you a link to the Quick Start Guide because you really do want to work along with the Quick Start Guide. All kinds of things are here, all to help you get yourself started in our Life Coach Office system. And with that, that's really all that I have for this month. I want to thank you so much for being with me today. Again, if you're watching the replay, please feel free to, once again, I'll go down there, click on the support ticket and ask any of your additional questions, or go over to the Life Coach Office community on Facebook. We are there and we're happy to answer any of your questions and to help you get started with Life Coach Office. As always, it's been a wonderful time hanging out with you guys. Remember, look for us next month, third Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll be here. I hope you will be too. Happy coaching.